Crawford. We've waited a long time for this. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. They both want a knockout, you can tell. That right hand scored perfectly. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it off. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The courage on display here is incredible. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they...
There's the bell for round two. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Couldn't land that jab. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. Good straight right hand. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Relax, relax. Just the same again.
Right, do ya? Come on. Let him get back into this. You're better than...
Yeah, and he'll start timing. Just stay focused.
Basics. Just get your rhythm back, and then we'll go again.
There's the bell to start round three. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. Beautiful counter shots. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? It's all offense all the time. Good counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
These are not...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Straight right just misses. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Crawford in trouble. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it, but do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
They're both trying for a knockout. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. Defense is not an option for these two. Swing and a miss with the jab. That counter shot lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing judging could be. There's the bell to start round 6. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
That jab doesn't find a home. There's a counter shot. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Oh, that punch. Well done with that counter shot. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest.
Here comes round 7. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Punch has been his best weapon all fight long. His stamina is off the charts. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Crawford's legs are all over the place. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Seemed like, and they're back at it again here in round 8. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't...
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. And that will do it. What a victory. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
Not many people would have predicted it.
Keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, 'cause I say what I like and I do.
Let's go.
Was that? What are you doing? You done all that work in camp? You gotta get out there and switch on. Get your boxing back together. You're switching off? You're starting...
Let's do it.
ain't no room. Only one number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Yeah, I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining.
Hope you brought your wetsuit and your flippers. We're underwater at the Atlantis. It's time now for our tale of the tape.
Antonio Tarver. He is a southpaw, stands at 6'2" tall, and he's got a reach of 75 inches.
And he'll be facing Johnny the Entertainer Nelson. He's 189 centimeters tall with a 206 centimeter reach. The Entertainer, Johnny Nelson, the longest reigning cruiserweight world champion of all time. And with that, we turn it over to the world-renowned ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, hailing from Florida, here is the 3-time world champion, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver. Fighting out of the blue.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait. And there's the bell to start round 1. They better start respecting each other's punching power. No rest for the weary. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind. Relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block. Just got hurt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Talk about a one. Here we go for round 2. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round? Counter shot. The jab doesn't quite connect. Throws the jab but does not score. It's all offense all the time. Not sure why he's not using his reach advantage. Exchange punches. Swing and a miss with that hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round. How about that time counter shot? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Todd.
Smoking Joe Frazier. Philadelphia's finest in the heavyweight.
This bout is
one of the hottest tickets around. Facing Joe Frazier, who won gold at the '64 Olympic Games. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. That one will count. Their trilogy will live forever in boxing lore, but can they add another epic chapter to their story here in this one?
Again, this is history in the making. This is what we write our fight game about. These two guys are the ultimate warriors.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Good defense there with that left hook. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. He threw the hook, didn't land. No respect for each other's punching power. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned? And there's the bell to start round 2. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You are fighting a swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
Threw the uppercut, but did not score. Be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than equal.
No rest for the weary. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
If you want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blanket on them.
Has to be careful for that. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Seemed like eternity for them finally come. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Back and forth they go. You'd like to see more jabs. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice defense on that hook. Perfect counter lands. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice job to block that uppercut. A
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You don't want to trade shots. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance. There's the bell to start round 5. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Can you imagine if he knocks out Joe Frazier? Good defense from Frazier.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than you two.
Good one. That hook won't score. Not throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that. There's the bell for round 6. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Nice counter shot. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
How about that time counter shot? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. They got the advantage. How do they carry? There's the bell to start round 7. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. Straight right just misses. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty dominant round there. And they're back at it again here in round 8. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
The straight right just misses. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter shot lands. This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. They both want a highlight reel knockout. So much for boxing. This is a fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. So a majority decision here today.
A majority decision, you know what, I've got to agree. There's no argument there, I totally get it. I see where they're coming from, I see the scoring.